Hi, I'm Dr. Snowden, the director of NESSP. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips on helping to get your robot moving. So the first thing I want to do is show you how to build this type of robot. If you click on units and you have the competition ready unit downloaded, your build tab will be populated with lots of different builds. This particular one started with driving base 1. That's a good one to start with. Driving base 2 and 3 are excellent as well. If you guys have those built, you're ready to start programming your rover. If you're not sure where to start, a good place to start is, again, clicking on this competition ready. And these first 3 training camp activities are a nice way to learn how to program and move a rover like this. I'm going to go ahead and click on this lesson just to show you what it looks like. Here you can see on the right here, I've got some instructions on how to get through the lesson. And when I get to halfway through here, you can see that it actually populates the screen with code blocks that I can run on my robot to see what they do. Okay, so I can just push the play button here and it will start this code. You can see there's actually 2 when program starts as part of this code. It's actually going to run them both simultaneously. Okay, so this one here, if you look, it's telling the robot which ports are connected to the motors that are connected to the wheels, in this case C and D. This is not automatically set, and it's a common error to forget to set correctly which ports are connected to your wheels. The next one sets the movement speed, and this next one makes sure that the correct diameter is set on the wheels. So if I measure the wheels diameter, it would be 17.5 centimeters, or that's how far it moves in one rotation of the wheel. So all this is really is just setup. It's initializing the robot to move at a particular speed using certain motors. This next one actually tells the program to do something. Okay, so wait 1 second. The wait you can see is under control here. It's a nice one to use because if you send too many commands to the robot at one time, it might execute them in a confusing way. For example, you may want to wait till your robot stops turning before it senses color or something like that. So you might want to say, hey, wait until you stop turning, or give it some time before you progress. So that's a good thing to use. The yaw angle, that has to do with the gyro sensor, which is inside my brain. So the yaw angle, that's a measurement of this axis of rotation, okay? So that's a good one for churning. So basically it's saying, hey, whatever you're measuring the yaw angle is to be at this moment, reset it to 0, okay, so I can measure it again. All right, so what is this going to do? It says start moving right 100. I'm going to click on this. What does this mean, right 100? Well, basically this tells you how much power to send to each individual wheel when your robot starts turning right. If it's set to 100, this thing is going to tank churn, which basically means it's going to churn in place. If it's less than 100, it's going to make a wider churn and actually move through space while it's churning. Go ahead and play with it to see what it looks like. Okay, here I can say, wait until the yaw angle is greater than 89 degrees. That means this thing is going to continue to churn until that yaw angle reaches 89 degrees, and then it's going to stop. Okay, so I can go ahead, I can put my robot on the table here, and I can test that out. I push play, that sent the command to my robot, and it just turned 90 degrees on the table. These other commands I would like you to go ahead and try to test. But again, these are blocks that say, hey, when something happens, do this. And I want you to notice this is a great way to start coding with our robot. And the other training lessons are similar as well. Okay, so that's the way I would get started. Once you get through those, you're ready for your own program. You can start from scratch, just like I showed you right there, by creating your own project. You can put code throughout this whole screen, and you can see you can drag and drop, and there's a lot of room here. You can rename your project something meaningful and save it later for your reference. All of the code blocks show up here on the left-hand side, and they're color-coded to do different things. Okay, so the first thing I would challenge you to do is try, without looking at that other program, try to create that program to turn your robot 90 degrees, and then try to make a program to get it to go in a square.